These are Schaper Stompers.
Hello eBay resellers, toy collectors, and everyone else. Welcome in, my name is Kevin, and today on Vintage Value, we're going to be talking about the Schaper Stomper. It was a priority of mine to make this video fast because this is actually the last one of a 25 car collection that I've been selling off, and these are rare to come by. In this video, I will share with you the story of how I acquired the collection and what they're selling for on eBay.
This is what the Schaper Stomper actually looks like up close. For the purpose of this video, we're really using a Rough Rider 4x4 because, as I mentioned earlier, all of my Schaper Stompers have been sold. And it's really unfortunate. I kind of wish I had it for this video. But as you can see, licensed brands like Chevy and Goodyear Racing. When you take this apart, hopefully I don't break it because they are delicate. This piece has to come off. Even the internals look a lot the same, and you have the two different battery terminals on either side. This one is in excellent condition. My voice keeps cracking. I hate that. So anyways, battery in, and when you flip this switch, there might be more than one setting, but the lights should turn on and the wheels should start spinning. If it doesn't happen right away, there's a little trick where you kind of just manually push it back and forth, or maybe you got to let it warm up. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, so let's put it back together. Headlights spinning. And these would run for a good 30 minutes to an hour on one battery charge.
But first, let's spend a minute to talk about the history of the Schaper Stomper. Schaper Stompers were created by the Schaper Toy Company. Originally, the company produced wooden toys, but in the late 1970s, they introduced the Schaper Stomper, battery-operated toy vehicles with rugged designs. In the early 1980s, Schaper Stompers quickly gained popularity among kids and collectors alike. Their unique feature of unstoppable off-road capabilities captured the imaginations of kids everywhere. With their durable construction and powerful motors, Schaper Stompers were perfect for rough play. As demand grew, Schaper expanded its Stompers line by including models such as trucks, Jeeps, and even monster trucks. They also introduced accessories like tracks and ramps, enhancing the play experience for children. Additionally, Schaper continually innovated by releasing themed sets and licensed models based on popular franchises. Unfortunately, by the 1980s, Schaper Stompers' popularity began to decline. Changes in consumer preferences and increased competition from other toy manufacturers were contributing factors to the decline in popularity. Exact sales figures are not publicly available, but it's said that during the peak popularity in the early 1980s that the Schaper Stompers were sold in millions of units. However, it was right around this same time that the brand would fold. Today, Schaper Stompers are highly sought after by collectors who cherish their nostalgic value. Original Stompers in good condition can fetch high prices on the collector's market. So this is the story of how I acquired the collection. I was on Facebook and on Marketplace. I found an ad for someone selling their vintage toys for $100. I got this bin full of toys for $100, and this bin is the size of my couch. I haven't been able to list all of the items except for the Stompers that have sold like crazy. But we also have these Tinker toys, some army guys. I remember playing with some as a kid, but those are older than me. Some train track pieces. I've never sold any train sets or Lionel or any of those brands. This I think might be a jackpot as well. This looks like futuristic sort of toys, Star Trek style, Star Wars. I'm not exactly sure. There is some paperwork, 1978 Mego Corp. I don't know anything about it. We also have some Army style trucks, looks like. I'm not sure the brand on these quite yet until I pull them out. And it was in this beautiful chest that this person kept his Schaper Stomper collection, and he had each car in these individual little cubbies. And I put this toy in there, this die-cast Tonka Cherokee Chief. This is about $50 on eBay. I haven't cleaned it up and sold it yet. But this box is empty besides the little cubbies that he had. And we have one final Stomper piece, but it's missing all the components and the engine, so I can't sell it or do anything with it. It belongs in the trash, really. This was amazing. It was only $100 I spent, and you're gonna see the profits I was able to make. And one reason why I bought this and knew it was worth at least $100 is because there was a track, I'm gonna pop it up on the screen now, that I knew could sell for $100 on its own. Now at the time, I was new to the eBay reselling, so I didn't consider the eBay seller fees, and I didn't consider the shipping cost. That definitely ate away at the profits, but when I looked at the value of the Stompers themselves, I really couldn't believe the value that I got from buying this tub.
So I just wanted to take a moment to check out how Schaper Stompers actually sell on eBay, and from my experience, they sell extremely well and extremely fast. You can see a bunch of prices here. Point is, I want to look at the total results, and we have 2100 plus, and we want to check out that sell-through rate that a lot of your favorite eBay resellers will talk about on YouTube to see the sell-through rate, and you'll see that the sell-through rate was over 100%, 3600 plus, which is absolutely insane. And the prices on these can go for really, really high. People were bidding on this. This was not a buy it now. This was not one bid. Multiple people bid it up to 1580, 55, 54 bids. People are so active with Schaper Stompers, it's ridiculous. So now I'm just going to show you a couple of my listings that sold. This one here, it's actually a funny story, but when I had sold that track I talked about earlier in the video, people saw this Stomper and immediately went nuts and were messaging me. Apparently this model is pretty rare, and at the time of selling it, December 10th, 2023, it had been the highest sale of this black Chevy. 34 bids. Unbelievable. I told people that if it over exceeded my expectations, I would get them new tires, because I had a set of new tires and these were a bit muddy. We have this big tow truck here. It ended up selling for $130. What can I say? Beautiful sale. Remember, I bought all of these for $100. This Kenworth black semi, it didn't sell for $140. We ended up striking a deal at, I believe, $130 or $125, but really can't beat it. The trick here is to have them be working. If they're not working, they're not worth as much. I have sold some that were not working. You'll see in a moment. Check this out. These are Rough Riders, just like the model I was showing you earlier in the video. Very similar to Schaper Stompers, but they're not Schaper Stomper brand. They're LJN toys. Whatever. I don't care. I'm an eBay reseller. I'm not a toy collector. I love selling vintage toys, but I do not collect. I find them extremely interesting, but I do not collect because I can't afford it. 7 cars here, sold for $112.50. Not too good, not too bad. However, none of these cars were working. Check out what the title of this. They're not working, they're just for parts. Some of the lights had worked on them, but the engines weren't running. I don't have the time to figure it out, and I'm not good with electrical wiring to figure out how to get these running again. They're also Rough Riders. They're not Schaper Stompers, so the value of them are not that much. But look at this, $112.50. After eBay fees, after shipping, this almost covered the entire cost of the entire lot that I bought. Here is that Canyon set that I was talking about earlier in the video. This is what I saw within the photos, and so I knew that if I could just sell this Schaper Stomper Wild Canyon set, that the entire lot would be paid for and be profit. You know, little did I realize at the time, newbie experience eBay reselling, that shipping would be, I don't know, $20 to $30, and that eBay is going to take about $15 off the top of this as well. Again, I cannot complain. This was an unreal deal that we made. And at this point, we're at $99.99, so I'm just going to briefly show you the rest that have sold from the lot. Schaper Stompers and Rough Riders only. I'm not going to show you other toys that I've sold, like I've sold a Hess truck. We're just going to ignore that for now, and we're just going to look at the Stompers and Rough Riders. Here we go. $99.99. $79.99. Schaper Stomper Toyota SR5. No lights, but the engine ran. Schaper Stompers, $76, 15 bids. Not working military set. I started doing combo deals because when you're making money, how can you get tired of it? But I was getting tired of listing these things, and they were dusty, and I had to test them all and clean them all. I was getting tired of it. $74, 8 bids. One of these engines worked, the other one did not. You could swap these bodies in and out as you like. So one working, one not working. You get 2 unique bodies. If you don't don't like the blue to be working, throw the orange on. $69.99, working with lights. Cherokee Chief Blue Jeep. One more of those combo packs, this time in auction. Once again, 8 bids, $66. One engine worked, the other one did not. Here's one of those Rough Riders 4x4. This is a black semi, 1981, I think. LJN Toys, $45.99. They just don't sell as well as the Schaper Stompers. This one did, in fact, work. Another Rough Rider, $38.93. Here is a tested and working Schaper Stomper, $29.99. The lights do not work, and you're wondering why I sold it for this amount of money. It is because it wasn't in as good of condition as I'd like to typically see. As you can see, the plastic windshield, not in good condition, obviously a little bit broken. I mean, it's in good condition, but fair condition at least. Yeah, it's just not in the condition that I would like to buy something or receive something, so I discounted it. The person that I sold it to is trying to sell it right now for $150. How do I know this? Because if we check out this old BAP 25, I will show you exactly what he's listing. Oh wow, check it out. This looks awfully familiar. $149, $9 shipping, and look at the windshield. The windshield here is cracked. This is exactly the one that I sold, and this is a bit of arbitrage, and you can do this with vintage items. I hate to say it, but it is absolutely true. They're only worth what someone is willing to buy, and they don't reproduce them anymore. If you get a rare model for cheap, you could uplist it, and someone who doesn't know any better, they don't know that this person bought it for $30. All they see is that it's for $150, and they might buy it. That's going to wrap up my sales on this. You do the math. I've made well over $1,000 from this set, and I'm still selling some things.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it insightful and interesting. I also have a website at vtgvalue.com. That's vtgvalue.com, where I post blogs in synchronization with my YouTube uploads. I'm curious to know, do you own any Stompers? Have you ever owned any? Have you ever sold Stompers? Are you a collector? You can let me know in the comments below. This has been the first video on the Vintage Value YouTube channel, so I promise that the videos will get better as time goes on. Fair warning if you're considering subscribing, because not every video is going to be about vintage toys. However, if you are interested in vintage toys, you're in luck, because our next video is going to be on these 1970 Mattel Hotbirds that just sold. If I don't make a video about them, I might not ever see them. Do subscribe if you want to see me share and sell more vintage items. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.